Howdy folks, welcome to Katie Phillips Scrapbook Designs. I'm Katie and today we are working on the final 2 pages of the Summer Fun or Fun in the Sun mini album. And for this album we are using the Four Seasons Collection Summer by P13. And I've got a new camera mount, new lighting setup. I hope you guys like it. It's the first time I'm using it. I've actually taken a short break from filming for about 2 weeks while I figured it all out and had other stuff going on. So for the last fin didn't turn out to be the fin because I messed up and mounted the second page upside down. So we turned that into pages 5 and 9. So what normally would have been fin number 3 is actually going to be the second half of fin number 2 and the second half of fin number 3. So that's going to be pages 8 and 7 and 8 and 11 and 12. So page number 7 is going to be a stacked pockets. It's going to be 3 pockets. All of the pages are pocket pages. The base pages are 7 3/4. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch by 4 1/2 inches tall, and the pockets are 8 1/4. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch, and then we're going to manually mark where the other score mark is going to go with a pencil. And they are 5 inches tall, and we're going to score that at 1/2 inch. And just like with the base page, we're gonna manually mark the 3rd score line for all of these pockets just to make sure everything fits. So let's go ahead and get started with the scoring. And I will have links to everything in the description box down below, or at least everything that you can buy online that I can find. So this is the base page. This is a 110-pound cardstock. We're going to score that at 1/2 inch. And this is the pocket. It's 65-pound cardstock. We're going to score the long side at 1/2 inch and the short side at 1/2 inch. And this is the second pocket. It is 8 1/4 inches wide by 4 inches tall. We're going to score the long side at 1/2 inch and the short side at 1/2 inch. And this is the third pocket. It is also 8 1/4 inches wide and it's 3 inches tall. And we're going to score each of these edges once at 1/2 inch. That looks really weird. I think that got, yeah, it sure did. All right. One of the annoying things about this particular scoring tool is that sometimes this piece will slide up and the paper will slide underneath. So that's how weird things like that happen. Let's go ahead and burnish. We'll fold these over and burnish them down, and we're going to miter these. For pockets like this, I prefer to do a shallow miter on the bottom corners because we're going to glue the bottom tab to the back of the side tab on both of these. And repeat that for all 3 of these pockets. So here is the page pocket, and I'm gonna find the score line, and I'm gonna line the edge of, this is the folded side. I'm going to line that up just inside the score line. And with a pencil, slide that down just a little bit so that I can see. I'm going to mark a spot just inside the outer edge. And from here, it doesn't matter which of these score lines we line it up with, as long as we line it up with a score line. And don't rotate the paper, Katie. That doesn't help. Okay, there is that one. And, ooh, gosh, sorry, that was loud. All right, we're going to repeat that process with these other two smaller pockets. I'm going to put you guys on fast forward and do basically the same thing, just lining these smaller pockets up with the larger pocket. What's left now is to mat it and assemble it. All of these mats are 7 inches wide. This one is 2 1/4 inches tall. And I'm just going to add some ATG. Sorry if you guys can hear the dryer going off. And we're going to kind of eyeball the center here. And it's wildly off, of course. And if I had used glue, this would not be such a problem. I could just peel it right off, but since I used ATG, it's going to want to stick immediately and tear, of course. So let's try eyeballing it this way. That's at least a little bit better. I still don't like it. Let me see if I can pull it up one more time. And we've got that issue down there. So what I'm gonna do, this will help hide some of the unevenness, as well as the torn paper. I'm just going to add some washi. Not sure where my straight edge went that I was using to tear the washi, because it's been a couple of weeks. Alright, I think for the next mat, we're just going to glue this down, because I don't want a repeat of that. Okay, the last thing that remains for page number is this. I forget what page number we're on because we're all mixed up. And I'm sorry if you can hear the dog whining. She's ready to go out. I think this is page 7 and 8. So it needs to be, we're going to put a mat here. This is going to be, just to make sure I've got it right before it's completely dried. Flip this open. Top, yes, perfect. And I'm going to add a little bit of decoration. This would be a nice little journaling spot, or even just, you know, a place where I can add a label or something. Put that right in the middle. Okay, we're on to the mats for these last two pages, and I think we're gonna go with, wanted to check and make sure that I put the washi on the same side, on this side as I did on this side. So that's gonna go on the top. Do I like that side better? I think I like that side better. So finish that down really good. And like I said in my previous videos, washi tape, especially this glitter washi tape that I'm using, doesn't like to adhere very well, so I'm going to supplement the adhesive with some glue. And this whole process wouldn't have been necessary if I had trimmed the pattern papers to the correct height, but I trimmed them about 1/4 inch too short, so I'm using the washi tape to make up the difference. That is done. We just have to do the inserts, which we'll do at the end of this video. So now we're going to go on to page number 12. This was originally going to be page number 9 and 10. So these two pages were always going to be facing each other. Just eyeballing this real quick to make sure that this belly band isn't going to catch on this piece. Otherwise I'd have to figure out something else to do with that. But it looks like that's going to be okay. All right, we're on to the last page of this album. And like all the other pages, this is a pocket page. So first I'm going to put together the pocket and dry fit it to the base page, just like we did with the other pocket, scoring it 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, and we're going to build the rest of this page on top of the pocket. This is going to be part of the closure, and it measures 1.5 inches wide by 2 3/4 inches. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. So it's going to be positioned like that. We're going to glue this tab about halfway up on the back side of this pocket. All right, this is going to be part of the closure for this page. From the top of this page, we're going to have an accordion that flips up, and currently this is measuring 7 1/4 by 9 1/2, but we're going to need to trim this up a little bit so that it will fit. That's probably about 1/8 inch there that we're going to trim off. So final measurement should be 7 1/8 by 9 1/2 inches tall. And it's already scored at 1/2 inch and 5 inches on the 9 1/2 inch side. So yeah, that is right at 7 1/8 inches wide. I forgot to trim this one. And this is, yeah, we're going to trim this down to the same width as that, and we're going to score this piece at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. So we're also going to trim this down to 7 1/8. And we're going to score the 5 1/4 inch side at 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. almost done with the assembly here. This is a band that's going to go right here. And it is 3 by 5 inches. I'm going to score this at 1/4 inch and 4 3/4 inches. If I was going to trim it again, I would do 3 by 5 1/2 and then score it at 1/2 inch and 5 inches. But I think 1/4 inch is going to be enough to hold it. Eighth of an inch off of this. Now, one of these is the mat for this outer section here. Not that one. There we go. I think we're going to go ahead and use this dark pink one. Got a couple of them cut to that size. Here's how the closure is going to work. I'm going to add a magnet inside right there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to mat that. I'm going to trim another 1/8 of an inch off this mat and glue that down real good. Now there's my pin. I ought to get more pins for this as often as I search around for that little pin that it came with. And I know there are some great shops on Etsy where you can find some pins that are a lot easier to find than that. Okay, so here's my second magnet. I'm just going to drop it on top right there. And this is a folio. It's 7 inches by 8 inches, and the 8-inch side is scored at 4 inches. So I'm just gonna position that right about there. And I've got a pin. So I'm gonna position this right about there, and I've got a pin that will transfer. I'm just gonna make a little dot on this magnet right here. And I'm going to fold this over, and I'm going to try to keep both of these angles pretty close to right angles. So pretty close to 90 degrees. And I'm just going to gently press down and see where that smudge is. That's where the magnet's going to go. So I want to add some adhesive right there. Scooch that over just a little bit. There we go. All right. So now we just need to mat this folio. And yep, that is one of the folio mats. And because I use 65-pound cardstock for this, I'm going to go ahead and mat the rest of the folio. Nope, that is. There we go. I'm gonna mat the folio one more time, just to give it a little bit of extra stability, structural integrity, whatever you want to call it. A little bit of extra reinforcement. Because I still have not ordered new 110 pound cardstock. That goes right there. What were the dimensions on this mat? So this was 7 by 8, so the mats are going to be 3 3/4 inches tall and 6 3/4 inches wide. Let's go ahead and add some mats to the rest of this page. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mats, and these are going to be, what are their dimensions? Looks like 7 1/8 inches wide by 4 1/4 inches tall. We may trim that up a bit. So I'm going to put you guys on fast forward for this part. Alright folks, last thing left to do is create the inserts, and the inserts are 7 inches wide by 4 3/4 inches tall. And one of these days I'm going to line this up correctly. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this one. I release new videos every Sunday and Wednesday. And the next video series, the next video that posts is going to be the start of a new series. It'll be the flip through of my next project. And I think it's going to be man's best friend themed. So we did cats, a cat themed album. I think it was the previous project. And the next project will be for our canine friends. Right, the inserts are done. We're just going to add the pages into the album, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave me a comment down below, and the materials that I used for this project will also be linked in the description box down below. Bye!